For how many months did you act at the Supreme Court of Appeal?
Chief Justice, I acted all in all for 24 months, I would say. It was four stints of 6 months each.
Yes.
Over time. So if my mathematics is all right this time of the evening, should be 24 months.
Yes, yes, yes. At 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And of course, you were here for a vacancy at the SCA before, isn't it?
That's correct. It was just about 2 years ago at
Yes.
the session in 2014, yes.
Yes. Would you like to highlight your strengths and just demonstrate to us how ready you are, suitable you are for the position?
Chief Justice, of course, difficult to sort of promote yourself, but
This is the only instance where you are permitted.
but what I would say I could bring to the SCA is firstly a lot of experience, many years of experience, both at the bar and on the bench, 2 years basically at the SCA, especially in commercial work, which is not all, there's not all that experience in terms of commercial work at the SCA, if I may say so with respect. So I can bring firstly the experience. Secondly, I think an independent mind, integrity, and I believe a good work ethic. And lastly, but maybe most importantly, the real appreciation and commitment to the values of the Constitution and application of the principles of the Constitution. That's what I would say, Chief Justice.
Thank you. President Patti.
Thank you, Chief Justice. Good evening, Judge van der Merwe.
Good evening, Judge Mpati.
The problem is actually your surname. You are always down the list.
Yeah.
And last time you had to wait a long time when you appeared here, and tonight the same.
Yeah, but it's quite exciting, I must say, this evening.
This evening?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want to place on record that you are a farmer as well, and that recently I bought some cattle from you.
Yes, the interest has been declared, but I think that is one of my better achievements, the quality of cattle that you brought to the Eastern Cape.
There are good ones in the Eastern Cape as well. Anyway, your relationship with colleagues in the SCA, how have you experienced it?
Judge Mpati, I would say that I have an excellent relationship with everybody there. There is nobody that I don't get along with. I think I get along with everybody very well, and mutual respect for everybody, and quite a number of the people there are my friends, have become my friends. So I'm very comfortable with that, with working with everybody there. With absolutely everybody.
And judgments that have been allocated to you, have they been worked on by other judges or just suggestions given to you? What has been the position?
Judge Mpati, there's been some suggestions in terms of grammar and language. As you know, English is not my first language, neither is it yours. We spoke about it at some stage, but I can say with a clear mind that nothing substantial has ever been added or found wanting in my judgments, in my view.
You mean nothing of substance? was
has
ever
been
changed from your...
Yeah, nothing of been substance has been added there that's been missing, or nothing of substance was added.
And is it correct that I think it was either the last term last year or third term last year, you sat with me in a case, in an appeal, but you were not the scribe, and when we got the draft from the other judge, I asked you to rewrite the judgment.
Yes, I remember that.
I'm not going to mention the colleague, but
No,
that is what happened. And it is so that the colleague then withdrew his judgment, and your judgment became the judgment of the court.
that's correct. That's correct.
And that colleague has been at the SCA for some time.
That is true, yeah.
You were here, you appeared before this Judicial Service Commission last year sometime, am I correct? Or was it the year before?
It was the year before. It was in April of 2014.
And you were interviewed, and therefore we do have a record of your interview, though short.
Sorry?
We have a record of that interview, although that interview was a bit short.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
I think the commissioners were tired by the time that you came in. But you mentioned that English is not your first language. What is your first language?
Afrikaans, of course.
Is it correct that in the SCA we still get appeals in which the records are in Afrikaans, or quite a number of records have parts of them that are in Afrikaans?
Yes, there are quite a number of Afrikaans records. Some of them are often very voluminous, and they tend to come here from the Western Cape in criminal matters, where there are huge records, everything in Afrikaans. So and all from other places, there are quite a lot of Afrikaans records. And although obviously no judgments are written in Afrikaans, but those records have to be read and understood, of course.
And fortunately or unfortunately, you have been involved in quite a number of them, precisely because you are Afrikaans speaking.
Yes, and I must add that my colleague Stephen Majid was also many times involved in that for the same reason.
Thank you.
So we have quite we worked quite a lot together on that basis. Yeah.
Thank you, Chief Justice.
Thank you, President. But I must say before the next commissioner put questions to you that I'm going to do to you what I forgot to do to other candidates. I forgot to apologize to them, and I'm apologizing to you. Given a chance, I'll also apologize to them, because as you know, you were supposed to come in tomorrow, and we're so grateful that you were all willing to accommodate us and go through this process late at night. Thank you so much for making it possible for us to go on with our work. We really do appreciate the sacrifice.
Thank you, Chief Justice. No need to apologize. I'm happy to be part of the process and to try and make a contribution.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for the cooperation. Commissioner Helens?
Two questions. Judge, the question is often asked, how do you know that a man went to Grey Bloem? And the answer apparently is he tells you. And that's in your CV.
Yeah, all right. I told it in that way. Yeah.
Okay, but
But
seriously.
otherwise, it is urban legend.
Yes, that's a good school. Judge, seriously, one of the candidates, never mind in which interview, said that when sitting with other judges, let's imagine that is on the Supreme Court of Appeal, that he or she strives for consensus. Is that what you do? Is that what should be done? Consensus with other judges, strive for.
I think if at all possible. Let me put it, it is important for the court, I think, to have a single voice sometimes, and if it's possible, there should be consensus. In other words, there shouldn't be disagreement on minor matters or matters that is not of importance. But if it's a matter of principle where you cannot agree, then you must write separately. But I must say, if 4 colleagues think otherwise than you do, then probably you're wrong. So I always try and keep that in mind.
I would put it differently, and I'll ask you to tell me whether I'm wrong. I would form my own view whilst being open to persuasion to any other view that my view will accommodate after deeper consideration. But I would never strive for consensus. I would strive for the right answer.
Yeah, I think that's put better. I don't think consensus should be the goal. The right answer should be the goal. But if a disagreement can be avoided without jettisoning the principle, then it should be done.
Commissioners, any other? Well, no, just so that we ask you a bit more. Is there ever any possibility of judges striving for consensus on an incorrect principle, on a principle they know to be incorrect? Is there room for that?
No, there's no room for that. There's no room for that.
Yes.
For striving to be,
Commissioner Komo?
Judge van der Merwe, it dawns upon me that if you and Judge Mutsumi are appointed, both of you are from the Free State, so Judge President Mulimela will be 2 judges short. I know this body, this is not really a factor if both of you are considered to be appointable. This is what this body will do. But did you discuss this with the Judge President?
no, I did not do that.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I think I left that for her decision if it so eventuates.
Thank you.
Commissioner Ntsebeza?
Thank you, Chief Justice. Judge Kure, do you speak or are you proficient in any of the African languages?
No, I'm not proficient in any of the languages, although I know rudimentary Sesotho. I know basic Sesotho, but I wouldn't say that I'm proficient in that or can speak that. But I do understand basic Sesotho.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Justice.
Commissioner Didiza?
Thank you very much, CJ. Following on the question raised by Advocate Nsebenza, I actually wanted to ask from you, given what you just said in response to one of the questions about you being able to contribute by translating one of the court documents which were largely written in Afrikaans so that you are able to finally, write those in another language, being English.
Yes.
Do you think diversity in language plays an important role even in the SCA?
Yes, very much so. Very much so. I believe that that's one of the strengths of this country. We talk about it often at the university level as well. The unity in diversity and to cherish the richness of diversity. So I think that's very much an important element.
Another question, if you were given an opportunity to be appointed to the SCA, what would you bring as your contribution?
Look, as I said earlier, if I can summarize, obviously I can't bring about transformation of the judiciary as it's looked out as it looks from the outside, but there's also another element to transformation, that is the inner workings of the court. And as I said earlier, I would say that I can bring really a wealth of experience, especially in commercial work, which is much needed there and not that much available in the court with respect. And I can bring independence, integrity, and, as I said, I believe a real belief and commitment to the commitment to the principles of the Constitution.
Thank you, Commissioner Didiza. Commissioner Singh?
Thank you very much, Chief Justice. Good evening, Judge.
Hello, Mr. Singh.
Yeah, this morning we dealt at length as a commission with a report, or we responded to the CGE in terms of gender equality and matters related to that. Now, I just want to put it to you, supposing we've got two candidates, you being one of them, who are equal, one male, one female, how do you think we should respond in that manner as a JSC? Is it a fair question to ask you?
Let me put it this way. The truth of the matter is that there are too few women on the SCA bench. There is a need to appoint more females to the bench. There's no doubt about that. The difficult balancing act is for you to carry out. But if there are two really equal candidates, one a white male and one a female, then probably you should appoint the female. If they are really equal, and as part of your whole balancing act, or recommend a woman rather.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure, Commissioner Didiza will be happy.
Thank you, Judge van der Merwe. You're excused.
Thank you very much, Chief Justice. Thank you, Commissioners. It's an honor to be part of this and to have been here. Good night.
Good night to you too.